guys gonna kill you back, right? I don't want to kill y'all. This is of the Lord. Okay, but don't sit up. The Lord's gonna consume y'all. Don't sit up here like you right? Who gonna kill who? Right? The Most High God is gonna kill all faggots in America. The Most High God is gonna kill you faggots, right? I don't want to kill y'all. This is of the Lord. Okay, but don't sit up. The Lord's gonna consume y'all. Don't sit up here like you right? Who gonna kill who? Right? The Most High God is gonna.
Okay. What did I do? What I want to say here is, you see all these Christians getting frustrated, and they want to claim that they're going into the love of Jesus and they're going into these places. You know, homosexuality is off the hook right now. Homosexuality, you know, the whole LGBTQ thing, the trans thing, you know, all of it, it's off the hook right now. And it's not the only thing that's off the hook. The sexual revolution itself is off the hook right now. It's off the chain. It's totally out of control. And, you know, we as Christians, people have to understand that anybody becoming a Christian is walking into a very spiritual opportunity that will affect the rest of their life and change everything that they thought they were. They thought they knew themselves until Jesus got a hold of them and changed them for good. Okay. That's what salvation is. It's change. It's deliverance. This is why you can't bring your homosexuality into the kingdom with you, because it wouldn't be salvation if the Lord didn't feel he needed to deliver us from such things. And it's not about homosexuality. It's about the sexual revolution. Let me say that again. It's not about homosexuality. It's about the sexual revolution. Everybody, every fornicator, including homosexuals, and homosexuals are fornicators. Even when they practice gay marriage, they're still fornicators, okay? All fornicators need Jesus. All fornicators need to be saved. But one thing you Christians got to stop doing, and this is coming from a Christian, is you got to let these people have their space. Because when you invade their space, then you give them permission to invade our space. Let me say that again. You got to stop invading their spaces. Because when you give them permission, because when you invade their space, you give them permission and you give them the right to invade ours. And they have no problem doing that. Okay, now back in the day, before Barack Obama, you know, there were homosexuals who got mad because somebody said something in their town or whatever within their right. And they went all the way across town and tried to burn churches down and break into churches and attack kids and, you know, attack whoever they thought they could beat. Okay. But today, we have all these people not only claiming to be gay at a very early age, but we got people in their old age just crossing over and becoming gay. You can't even get it up anymore, and you becoming gay. I mean, you know, Ray Boltz just came out as gay. And I'm pretty sure he's older than me. You know what I'm saying? And there's other Christians that have come out as gay. Okay? It's off the chain. It's out of control. But one thing we can't do is we cannot act like we're the gay police. We're the police, and we're going to do the jobs the police ain't doing, and we're going to go down to the gay community. No, you're going to stay out of the gay community. If gay people, like in Canada, Pastor David Lynn, if gay people have their own communities, you don't go into their communities and wake them up in the middle of the afternoon to preach the gospel to them. That's not the way you do things. Okay? You don't go to their homes where they live. This guy, wherever he's at, obviously, he's invading their space. He's somewhere where he knows a lot of them are. The Bible says that we let our light shine before men that they may see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. You going down there acting like a war hero in these communities that have nothing to do with who you are, but who they are. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You can't go down to the abortion clinic and block people from getting in the door. You can't go down to the abortion clinic and break anything or steal anything to stop abortion. You can't go to these gay places and tell gay people like this dude said he got them guys all pissed off because he said something to them about somebody's going to destroy something. And they're like, are we hearing this guy right? He said, I'm going to say Jesus is going to destroy it. It don't say that in the Bible, bro. Why are you telling them that? What it says in the word that all liars, and homosexuality is a lie, all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. And on the last death, it doesn't even begin with homosexuals. It begins with the sexual revolution, period. It begins with the fornicators, period. And homosexuality is just even more degrading part of that fornication. It's not the worst thing in the world. It ain't the number one thing in the world. It starts with fornication. Homosexuality is an extension of that. It's a more abominable extension of that. Okay? But it is not everything. The world doesn't end on homosexuality. And the world didn't start on homosexuality. Homosexuals are people who are lost. They took the wrong road. They allowed some nonsense to fill up their brain. Okay? And now they have learned to adjust, and that's what it is. And it's an adjustment. It's not attraction. It's an adjustment. You've learned to adjust to sleeping with the same sex. Okay? It's not real attraction. It's not a real gene. It's a demon. It's a what do you call it? It's a spiritual gene. It's a what do they call that when you it is hereditary, but not in a scientific way to where you can sit there and say that, just because everybody that's gay will have gay kids. That's not hereditary like that. But it is a spiritual curse. When you practice gayism, you make it possible that the curse will fall upon your kids, and it's a curse. It's not, and that's what a lot of it is today. It's a curse. It's Romans chapter 1. It's a curse. It is a curse. It's like somebody getting leprosy or getting hepatitis or something. It's a curse. It's like somebody getting hepatitis because somebody in their family got hepatitis. Okay? It's a curse. These people, and I believe because it's a curse today more than ever before, I believe that people are at a young age deciding to be like this and give up on, natural intercourse or natural interest in the opposite sex. But, these people are cursed. This is why they act like this. This is why they do this. And there's enough going on for them to believe that what they're doing is okay and okay with God. And, there's enough going on for them to feel that way. Because now we've gotten to the point where it's like 2 out of every 10 people is gay. I'd say 2 out of every 10 people born are going to end up being gay. If not gay, gay for a while or gay later, or experiment with gays or experiment with trans women or whatever. That's going to be like 2 out of every 10 people. If it's not already, it's coming. 2 out of 10 people will either experiment with homosexuality or identify as homosexuals or trans. Okay, it's going to happen. If it hasn't happened already, I believe it's already unfolding as I'm sitting here speaking. Okay, and there's people leaving the church and becoming gay. There's people, bodybuilders, athletes, like Bruce Jenner, surprised us, when he just turned around one day and wanted to be a woman. And he's not the only one. And you're going to find out that a lot of people that you thought were actual females are actually trans women. They're actually men. And vice versa. People that you thought were actually men or it's going to be almost like AI. It's like you are going to be fooled. You are going to be fooled, one of these days when, because I already read an article. It wasn't an article, it was it was an article. The news on my phone. It has a documentary on YouTube too, but it lets you know all the people in Hollywood that are actually trans. No one's talking about this. They only talk about Bruce Jenner, but all the other people in Hollywood that are trans. Most people don't know they're trans. They think those are actual women. And they're sitting there talking about how sexy they are and all like that. But, I'm just finding out that's actually a dude. And some of the most prettiest, women I've seen in movies are actually trans. It's off the chain. It's out of control. But what you need to stop doing and start doing, first of all, you need to stop invading their spaces. You need to let them know, first and foremost, that you respect that they have a right to practice and worship, okay, and sacrifice. They have that right just like we do, okay? You need to respect that right and stop invading their spaces. And then secondly, you need to love these people and try and come to them with an approach. See what they need, what's in there, what's going on, see if you can catch them in their trouble or in their pain or in their sorrow and reach out to them that way instead of invading their spaces and telling them that, the Lord is going to destroy, You know what I mean? All the gay people that I talk to understand that I'm not homophobic. Okay. And they know that I can be a Christian and let them be gay. As long as they don't cross the line with me and come trying to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I choose to be a Christian. It's my choice. It's not something I had to do. I could have been an atheist if I wanted to be. I could have been a Muslim. I could have been a Jehovah's Witness, a Mormon, a Satanist. I could have been anything I wanted to be. I chose Jesus, not because I had to, not because my mother, like the atheists say, my mother brought me up in the church. Do you realize how many kids left the church and are still outside the church today? Paying the men are all paying child support to 10 different women. The women are still out there laying on their backs and sleeping with various men. Okay, ain't nobody happy. And at the end of the day, what do they want to say? Oh yeah, well, I believe in God. I grew up in the church. Okay. But they understand at least that they can't take their fornication into the kingdom with them. Homosexuals need to understand the same thing. If the average heterosexual fornicators can't bring their fornication into the kingdom, what makes homosexuals think they can bring theirs? That's my problem. How do you get up there and claim you're a gay pastor when a woman who's fornicating with a man can't get up there and say that she can be a pastor? Or he or her husband can be a pastor? What are you talking about? That's my problem. Okay? But as far as these people being gay in a secular world, in a non-Christian atmosphere, that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go and invade their spaces. I'm going to, if I have the opportunity, yeah, I'll preach. But see, we're living in a day and time where we don't get the opportunity. And you going invading people's spaces still ain't giving you the opportunity. It'll get you arrested. It'll get you hit in the head with a brick. But it won't open an opportunity for you. Because the Bible says, sow your seed on good ground. Invading people's spaces, saints, is not good ground. Stop doing it. You'll get your chance to witness to people, but it's going to be one by one. And we live in a day and a time where we should expect this to be more difficult than yesterday. We can't just go out to the streets and the gay dude is going to walk by and we're going to say, oh, yo, my man, can I talk to you for a minute? It don't work out that way anymore. He more likely to start a riot. You call him and say, oh, yo, my man, can I talk to you for a minute? He's more likely to start a riot, and a riot will come after you, and he's the only gay person in the riot. Because it's not so much about them as much as it is the fact that the United States supports this garbage. Okay? And so where do we go after these people without detection? And without them being protected from us? How do we do that? It's not happening. It's not happening. You thinking you're doing God a great work, you're not. What you're doing is an injustice because you're invading people's spaces and their right. There's ways to witness. You witness to Jehovah's Witnesses just like you witness to anybody else. You don't go off into some community that's got the gay flag on it and just go in there and, that is not sowing your seed on good ground. That's sowing your seed on bad ground. So, God bless you. I am D. Roy Cruz, Life Applications Officer. Thank you for watching on my Cruise for Christ channel. Talk to you soon with more.